Book of Heaven, Volume 16, December 4, 1923. Luisa does not want to be known. Jesus speaks of the necessity of this knowledge. I was thinking about what I am writing on the most holy will of my sweet Jesus. The fact that blessed Jesus wants to say many sublime things about his holy will is right, because anything that can be said about it, its height, greatness, prodigies, etc., is all good. Even more, everything is little compared to what could be said. But that continuous braiding this poor soul of mine with it, this should not be there. His will is what he should make known, not me. My poor person should not exist. More so, since the whole thing is his own, not mine. For me, there is nothing left but the confusion of what he tells me. But in spite of this, obedience forces me to write, not only about the divine will, but also about the braiding he makes between me and his will. Now, while I was thinking about this, my sweet Jesus came out from within my interior, and squeezing me to himself told me,
"My daughter, you are always my newborn of my will. And besides, you are wrong. You want me to speak about my will and to make it known. And the one who must be the channel, the spokesperson, the instrument to make it known should not exist. If this thing were to remain between you and me, maybe it could work. But since I want my will to have its kingdom, and the kingdom is not formed of one person alone, but of many people, and people of different conditions, it is therefore necessary that not only my will, the goods it contains, the nobility of those who will want to live in this kingdom, the good, the happiness, the order, the harmony which each one will possess, be known, but also the one whom my goodness has chosen as origin and beginning of such a great good. Braiding you together with my will, raising you above all the things of creation, means nothing other than giving more importance to my will, raising it higher, giving it more weight. The more good, the holier, the richer, the more generous a king is, and the more he loves his subjects, to the point of laying down his own life rather than allowing one who lives in his kingdom to be touched, the more esteemed and loved that kingdom is, and this arouses in all the desire to live in that kingdom. Even more, they compete with each other to see who might get such a fortune. Therefore, the good functioning of the kingdom and its importance derive from the knowledge of the king. By saying that you do not want to be braided with my will, you would want the kingdom without king, the science without the master, the possessions without the owner. What would happen to this kingdom, to this science, to these possessions? How many disorders, how much ruin would not occur? And I do not know how to do disordered things. On the contrary, the first thing in me is order. See, this would have happened in redemption if my dear Mama had not wanted to make known that she was my mother, that she had conceived me in her virginal womb, that she nourished me with her milk. My coming upon earth, redemption, would give of the incredible, and no one would have been moved to believe and to take the goods contained in redemption. On the other hand, because my mother made known who she was, the one who is exempt from every stain, also of origin, a prodigy of grace, and how she loved all creatures as tender children, and for love of them she sacrificed the life of her Son and God. Redemption received greater importance, became more accessible to the human mind, and formed the kingdom of redemption with its copious effects. So, braiding my mother with the work of redemption was nothing other than giving more importance to the great good which I came to do upon earth. Having to be visible to all, taking on human flesh, I had to use a creature from the human race, whom I had to exalt above all in order to accomplish my high designs. Now, if this happened in order to form the kingdom of my redemption upon earth, in the same way, having to form the kingdom of my will, it is necessary that another creature be known, in whom the true reigning of my will must have its origin and beginning, who she is, how much I have loved her, how I have sacrificed her for all and for each one. In a word, everything that my will has disposed and poured into her. but by braiding you with it, it is always my will that stands out. These are ways and means in order to make it known. These are attractions, spurs, lights, magnets in order to draw everyone to come to live in this kingdom of happiness, of grace, of peace, of love. Therefore, let your Jesus do, who loves you very much, and do not want to afflict yourself, and even less worry about the way I carry out the braiding of my will with you. Think only about continuing your flight in the eternal expanses of my supreme volition.
Thank you for being a part of our community here at Divine Will app. If you enjoy listening to Jesus' lessons on how to live in the divine will, please give this video a thumbs up. Your likes help us reach more souls yearning to live in the kingdom of the divine will. We'd love to hear your thoughts and reflections, so drop a comment below. Your insights not only enrich our community, but also inspire others on their spiritual journey. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. By joining us, you're helping to spread the news of the kingdom of the divine will, so that together we can bring His kingdom to reign on earth as it is in heaven. In the divine will, always.